This is my new Sony A7 IV. It's been my dream camera for quite a while. So the question is, how did I get here? What was my path from no camera to the Sony A7 IV?
She's my lover.
My first camera when I got into social media was my iPhone 12. And then I got the iPhone 13 Pro Max for the cinema mode because then I could get some of that blurry bokeh background even though it was electronic. But my very first mirrorless camera was a Panasonic Lumix G7, a micro four thirds sensor. Now that was a great starter camera, but I wanted more. So I sold the G7 and bought the GH5. Some of the best stabilization, but the autofocus was terrible. It was then I started to look at the Sony ecosystem. So I sold the GH5 and got my very first Sony, the Sony ZV-E10. Still a crop sensor, an APS-C sensor, but very affordable and capable. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm using to shoot this video with now. It's my main camera in my studio, and it'll probably be here for quite some time. But I wanted a bit more of a camera, so I got the A6400. Great little camera, used it for a while, then I sold it and got the A6700. Here's another one of my favorite features on the A6700 by Sony. Little dial right here. That's a beast of a camera. New chip, new sensor. It was really a great camera. But in my heart of hearts, I knew what I really wanted. It was a full-frame camera. So when the A7C Mark II came out, I sold the A6700 and bought it. Now just yesterday, my dream came true. I met up with someone on a Sony buy-sell Facebook page that was willing to trade my A7C Mark II for his A7 IV. Well, it turned out to be a great experience, and now I have the camera of my dreams. His camera was in perfect condition. Each camera I've owned has served me well and has been used on my path to the A7 IV. Now, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. If you have any questions as to the benefit of the A7 IV over any of the other cameras I've owned, jot them down and put them in the comments. I would love to hear your story and what you're shooting with.